Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Self-Achievement Network. My name is Dominic, and I am the host. I'm here today with Gladys Serrano Unse.
Hi.
We are back for
We're back.
session number 5 in her series, I Don't Know What to Post series.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a question for you all. So how many of you sometimes have a difficult time knowing what to post? If you do, in the comments below, write yes. Cool?
Yes, cool.
Okay, great. So today's topic is another great topic, and it's a piece of advice that's got some really great little things in there that you're going to talk about. How to find content. Yes?
Yes. So the fifth topic that I posted
Yeah.
is about industry statistics.
Uh-huh.
So it's another content idea that they can explore for their business, something that they can write about and create posts about. So yeah, because statistics are interesting. Well, not the too technical side of it, but just, knowing general statistics in terms of like how how many percent of people, for example, I don't know. I can't think of a statistic right now.
Well, it could be anything, numbers, something
Yes.
that's surprising to people, something that I
Yeah.
find really interesting. Yeah. I think
Mhm.
that you're
Because I think what's interesting about them is that they the member of the audience would relate himself to the statistics. Am I part of this particular percent of people doing this kind of thing, and am I part of those who are not? So it's somewhat interesting how it's interesting to see how many more out there are doing the same thing and are not doing the same things as they do, things like that. So as a business owner, you can definitely explore this particular topic when creating content for your business. It's just a matter of where to find those statistics to post.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of the ways for me to find industry stats to post on my, my blog or my whatever post on social media?
Okay. So I've shared 3 ways to find some useful statistics that you can create content about, but I failed to mention one, which I will share with you in this video. So I'll share that first. So the first one, I guess, is using your own statistics based on your own business. So maybe at the top of my head, if you're, let's say, you own a bake shop and you notice that a certain percent of your customers prefer a certain type of cake, something like that, you can actually share that in my business, let's say 75% of my customers prefer chocolate flavored pastries or cakes, something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
it could be interesting for your customers, and to know that there are a lot of them who actually love chocolate. So it's if they're really into what you're selling, and they find those types of like trivia pieces of like interesting information you share, and they would find those statistics somehow useful for them, and would somehow help them in making their future decisions on what to buy and things like that.
Okay. And that makes sense. There's probably a million different examples of that, and I can think of probably 2 or 3 myself. But yeah, if I knew that somebody had a bake shop and they sell 10 times more chocolate cakes than vanilla cakes, and they took a big, a actual cake and put it in front of the camera and showed me, I'd be like,
Yes,
ooh, you know,
yes, exactly. And they can actually uh, can explore that further. They can ask their audience. So what makes you like this flavor better than the others? That so you would then understand your customers better and what makes them like your one particular product that you have more than the others, and
Hmm.
you can keep on doing it and you know make them buy more.
Yeah, I like the idea. That's great.
And it's actually a useful way of coming up with statistics that you don't, so that you won't be worried about not presenting the right ones, because it's just about your business, so nobody can contest whether it's true or not, because it you're relying on your own statistics, your own figures, your own numbers. So it's actually your own, so you can freely share those types of information
Hmm.
to your
Hmm.
customers.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Hmm.
What's the second one?
Okay, so the second one is doing a quick search on Google, because there are a lot of pieces of content already out there that talks about statistics about in your specific industry. So, for example, for your industry, Dominic, like life coaching, I I'm positive that there are some coaches out there who did their own research and already published some material about what certain percentages of their clients experience a certain type of problem or concerns in their life, things like that. And you can use those statistics for your own content, but just make sure to credit the original source of the statistics in the post that you'll be making.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yes, so that if they wanted to go look it up to verify it, they could do that.
Yes. So yeah, the second one is industry publications.
Uh-huh.
There are more formal uh, pieces of content that are published, whether online or offline. There are sometimes books or magazines or white papers that are printed out in paper that you can use it as reference if you're following a certain publication where experts really share their thoughts, their studies, and publish them. You can use those materials as well to gather some useful statistics that you can share to your audience.
Hmm. Okay.
Yes. And the last one is you can actually source statistics directly from some of the subject matter experts that you know. Maybe within your industry you are connected with some of these people personally, and you can directly ask them if they've done their own research, and if they can share it with you, and so that you can let your own audience know about it. It would actually help those subject matter experts because they would get more exposure that way, and their work would generate more traffic. Maybe if they publish their study online, it would drive traffic to their site, and they
Hmm.
would be they would be known more with more in a more wider audience that way. So yeah, you're actually doing them a favor by sharing what they've done, what research they've done so far.
Yes, I can see it right now. I mean, if somebody asked me a question and I had the right answer for it, that would really bolster my credibility.
Yes, it's about this whole idea is about sharing some statistics in general. It doesn't have to be really technical, and if business owners consider doing this type of content, they really have to um customize it in a way that their audience would understand it. Because if you just talk like some about figures and some technical stuff, and they don't really understand, and they might just ignore what you've shared and just not read it. read the whole thing. So you have to make it relatable to your audience,
Mm-hmm.
make it simpler and easier to digest that way.
It makes a lot of sense. I have
So,
a
so
statistic.
yes, at the
Can
top
I?
of your head right now, what can you share some of the statistics that
Yeah,
you
well, so
experienced?
you've mentioned in some of the earlier videos that we've done about my program, which is called Life Plan 2.0.
Mhm. Yeah.
And one of the very commonly known statistics is that um, about 95% of the population globally never actually completes a life plan. They don't do it. 95%. Now, I
A
think that
lot.
was, it might have been Vanderbilt, and it might have been, the University of California, Berkeley, something like that. And I don't know, that's bad. I should know the source, but I don't right now. But you can look it up very simply, just Google it, right? And yeah, because, if you think about it, I mean, how many people do you know personally? And maybe, we can post that down below. How many people do you know that actually has a life plan, a completed life plan for 1, 2, 3, 5, even 10 years? Do you know any
That
yourself?
sounds that sounds a lot. 95% sounds a lot. I think I personally think there are more people who do plan for their lives. Like, isn't journaling or doing vision boards considered as creating a plan for the future?
Well, yeah, exactly. But what I'm talking about is a more detailed plan. Like, a lot of people will do a business plan that are into starting a business, and especially if they have to borrow money from a bank, the bank requires them to have a business plan. Maybe not all over the world, but pretty much a solid plan. They want to see it in writing because they're not going to lend money to somebody that they don't feel, you know, certain that they're going to get their money back, right? So, I mean, it's just a general statistic. 95% of the population don't. There's, yes, you're right, journaling, there's vision boards, there's, I mean, there's lots of things that people can do, but it's like, let me read you something that I actually saw this today,
Mm-hmm.
and it says, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan backed by the right actions becomes reality. And I will add to that, and when it's in your calendar, then it's a solid plan.
I
So
see.
this is why I think there's so many people that walk around and they don't really know what to do. So it's a great statistic to share and to inspire people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
95% don't have a plan.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So
Yeah, and it would
anyway,
definitely urge them to take action and maybe reflect whether what they're doing with their lives right now, and somehow be inspired to create a plan for themselves.
absolutely.
Yes.
And just to finish that one up, it's like, so the 3 to 5% that actually do it, those are the people that they create the life experiences that they want. They create the money, they create all the health and the relationships. They do it because they planned for it, they intended it, and they
Yeah.
actually did it. So
Yeah,
the
that
ones
makes
that don't,
sense.
it falls apart. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Mhm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because if once you have a plan, every decision that you make after that would try to you'll see to it that all the decisions you make would contribute to that plan, to that goal, and you transform your life that way. Yeah, that's really
that's
good
it.
stuff. Yeah.
There you go. So now you're inspired.
Yes. Because most of
Okay.
the time I just like there I do like somehow, but not that detailed, I guess, the plan that I do for myself. But most of the time I just do the journaling and the vision board part, and just trying to envision where I want to go and the things that I want to achieve, things like that. But not really the steps going there. So I really have to
Yeah.
define what to do step by step and put
Well,
a
it's like,
schedule to
if
it.
exactly. I mean, if you
Mhm.
if you know that you're going to take a holiday or a vacation, you're going to go someplace and it's going to cost let's say I'm going to talk in American dollars. So it's going to cost $5,000, right? So now, if you know that 1 year from now you're going to need $5,000, you can plan for that,
Yes,
and it becomes
exactly.
real. You see,
Exactly.
so that's the thing behind it. So the three things that you talked about in
Okay.
terms of industry statistics, the first one is about using statistics from my own business,
Mm-hmm.
right? The
Yes.
second one is about publications, white papers, magazines.
No, that's the third.
Um, oh, that was the
The
third one?
the second is doing a quick search on Google for
Okay, the quick
some.
search.
Yes,
Okay. And then the third one?
is the publications, the white papers that have been published about for your industry, where some experts and other people doing the same business have contributed their own thoughts and ideas. So you can use those as well.
Great. And always remember to ask the subject matter expert.
Yes. So it really pays to network with people doing the same business as you do, especially those who have far more experience, or who have been doing the business for a longer time compared to you. So you can learn a lot
Hmm.
from them as well.
Great. So there's no scarcity of information out there. It's just about
Yes.
using your creativity.
Hmm.
And so if those of you who are watching, if you like these ideas, please um, like the video and share it. And if you have ideas, if you've used some of these ideas, please make a post. Let us know.
Hmm. Yes, we also love to learn from you. It's not just us sharing information. We also love to hear what ideas you guys have, and we can learn from each other.
Exactly. Okay, great. Well, thank you all again for watching. Thank you, Gladys, for sharing your
Yes,
knowledge and
my
your
pleasure.
wisdom with us. We appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next video number
Yeah.
6. And
Mhm.
from all of us in the Self Achievement Network, have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.